What's up, guys? Batman Collector back again as promised here with the Sideshow Mr. Freeze premium format. Very excited. This is the exclusive version. Here's just a good quick look at the box. It's a lot wider than I expected it to be. It said it was only 25 pounds when it was on its way, so I was like, oh, that's not too big, but it's pretty wide. I like that. It's a cool shot of Nora on the side. Okay. It's a nice looking box. Alright, so let's get her out. Alright, so here's just a quick look at the box when you first pop it open. It's just one container, one compartment, I mean. Which is pretty typical for a premium format. There's the body. What is this? Oh, that's the hose. You can see the ice pieces here. Okay, and there's the exclusive, that's the Nora. Alright, so where's the base? Oh, duh, it's right there. Okay, alright, so let's get it out and we'll take a look at it. So here's a quick look at the base with nothing on it. The ice crystals actually look really nice. I wasn't sure if Sideshow was going to go super cheap and, you know, just use more polystone, but no, they used some kind of translucent material and they painted it. They put like a frost element in there, which actually looks really nice. I'm actually pleasantly surprised. The whole thing has kind of a frosty element to it. The cape at first I thought that was dust. I was like, wow, this thing's been sitting in a warehouse for quite a long time, but I don't think that's all supposed to be dust. I think it's supposed to be a little bit of like frost material. Oh, what? Oh, that's where his foot probably goes. I was gonna say, why is there a hole here? That's probably where his foot goes. And then that's where his other foot goes. Okay. So yeah, not bad. They did tell you in the video to not pick it up from here. I would definitely recommend not doing that. This feels very brittle. Like I could break it real easily. Be honest with you, I don't particularly like this being here, but we'll get into that a little later after I get some more pieces on here. So hang on. Okay, so here I've got the body on. It's actually, as usual, it's bigger. It's always bigger than I expect it to be. I want to get it down there, like in the Besta somewhere, but he's 24 inches tall, and my Besta has like 22 and a half, maybe 23 inches of space. So I'm hoping that maybe it'll be just small enough where I can get it in there. But I don't think it's gonna work out. But I gotta say, I'm really impressed already with the sculpting and the paint on this. This was nicely done. You can see the wrinkling in the pants. I like it. The paint job here looks pretty good. Oh, there's some frost here. That's cool. Alright, so let's get some more pieces on here. Alright, so here I put in the two arms, and I put in the head sculpt, which I have to say right off the bat, I'm really impressed with. That looks great. I love the whole animated series vibe of this thing. It just screams Mr. Freeze. There's no mistaking it. That's Mr. Freeze. Especially if you're a fan of the animated series. A lot of people have been complaining, I've seen, about the translucent blue. I think it was a good choice because it just, first of all, it reminds you of the animated series Freeze. And secondly, it suggests that there's coolant flowing through here. You know, some kind of blue coolant fluid that is keeping him alive. And if you went with just a translucent tubing, it wouldn't make much sense. And I think also, especially with all the silver and the gray that's going on here, it would just look flat. It wouldn't pop as much. So I think the blue is a good choice. Yeah, looking good. All right, so let's get the dome on. We'll take a look at that. All right, so yeah, here he is, all set up. The hose here, you just stick it in there, you know, it plugs right in, and then that feeds. Look at the frost element. Look at the frost effect, even on the hose, which I think is really cool. But then that goes here into the back, just like that. The dome here is like actual glass, and it made me nervous handling it. So I would definitely suggest when you pull this out and you put it on there, use like some kind of gloves or something so you're not touching it. Otherwise, you're going to end up leaving fingerprints all over that glass. So that's just a suggestion. Here is the exclusive, which a lot of people didn't really like. They thought it was too big or it wasn't quite in scale. I think it looks great. In order to make this work, there's a, I don't, man, I almost don't want to do that because I don't want the glass to fall off there because that's also glass. But you just pull out that bottom piece and you pull out a little plastic tab, and then that will make the piece light up. And it lit right up for me. To turn it off, there's a button. Yeah, it's in the back here. But that's cool. They're two little, they look like watch batteries. Just two tiny ones. But yeah, here it is. This also was in there. This, I think, oh, it's supposed to go right here. You know what? Yeah. Right here. Oh. Okay. I don't know if you can see it real well, but there's actually a cracking effect in the ice there, where this is supposed to go, suggesting that Batman has cracked the ice slightly to do that. I don't know if I'm actually going to... I don't like the Batman elements. That's the only thing about this that I don't care for, is the Batman stuff. I don't need to be reminded that he's a Batman villain. Like, I love Mr. Freeze. He's, like I mentioned in my Ivy video, Mr. Freeze is one of my favorites. And I don't need the constant, oh, look, it's Batman's cape, and oh, look, it's Batman's Batarang. Yeah, I get it. He's a Batman villain. I don't need this. I think I'm going to leave this out. I'm literally going to leave this in the box. Or maybe I'll use it for something else. I don't know. But, and that's fine. Like, it's cool that that's removable. The problem is that this is not. And so, you know, if anybody comes in here, I mean, they might think to themselves, what is that? Like, what is this, like, black goop or whatever? And, you know, a lot of people might figure out, like, oh, that's obviously the cape. I just wish it wasn't there. Like, I want the base to say Freeze. And it does, for the most part. Like, this is great. I love the ice. I love this, you know, this grating, this gray frosted metal material, like he's in a lab or something like that. I love the ice crystals, the snow. It looks great. But I don't need the Batman stuff. So that's my one criticism on this piece, is that I wish it wasn't there. But as soon as I put this glass dome on this thing, I mean, this thing just came to life. Like, it adds so much to the piece that in person, like on camera, it's like, oh yeah, it looks like Mr. Freeze, it looks cool. But when you see this thing in person with the dome on and everything, it is cool. It's freaking cool. It's hard to get across just the size and just the coolness factor of this piece. It's nice. Here you can see some more of the frost effect on the gun. Even the paint they used up here towards the top, it might just be me and or the lighting. No, I think it really is lighter. I think the paint they used here is lighter than it is going down. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe that's just a lot of the frost. Maybe there's more frost there than everywhere else. But yeah, this is nice. This might become one of my new favorite premium formats. I mean, before I would always say like that one is, because, you know, it was my first one and I'm kind of a Michael Keaton fanatic. But this thing is cool. Like, this is one of those pieces that people will see and be like, wow, that's cool. Even if they don't even know much about the character, who he is, it has a presence to it that looks cool. I'm seeing that the second batch for this, because apparently it went on waitlist real quick. Everybody all of a sudden decided after Scarecrow came out, like, oh, I need that Mr. Freeze. And a lot of people pre-ordered it, which was a good move. But it looks like the second batch isn't going to release until like next year, which is a real bummer. So I'm so glad that I pulled the trigger on this, because at first I was like, I don't know if I want to buy any more Sideshow pieces or premium formats. I really wanted to just focus on Prime 1 and their stuff, but I love Mr. Freeze. And if Sideshow is going to make cooler characters like this, if they're going to make a Mr. Freeze, then I'd like to support it. Here's a little buckle in the back, which I didn't notice before. That's cool. I like this. This is cool. They did a nice job. This is one of Sideshow's nicer pieces for sure. People are going to be bummed that they didn't get this. I got a really low number too. I think it's, what was it, 39 out of 500? And I believe there's 1,000 regulars. So it's 1,500 pieces for a Sideshow piece is pretty low. So So I think a lot of people just didn't pull the trigger because it is expensive. Like this thing costed way more than it would have, say, 2 or 3 years ago. 2 or 3 years ago, you would have gotten this for like $500, but now I think it's like 7 or something like that. So it better be cool, and it is. It really is pretty cool. It even has like the blacklight effect. Unfortunately, I don't have a blacklight in here, so I can't test that out quite yet. But I'm super happy I pulled the trigger on this. This is cool. All right, I want to check real quick to see if he fits in my Besta, and if not, I'm gonna have to put him somewhere else. Unfortunately, the Besta situation did not work out. Literally, I was trying to get him in there, and it was off by like less than a half an inch. It's the gun. The gun sticks out just slightly too much, and I don't know if I'm gonna leave him here. I'm probably gonna have to find another space for him. I don't know. What do you guys think? I used to like this is where I used to have like all my Arkham stuff, but he fits in there nicely, but he just looks kind of barren, you know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I want him there. I don't know where to put him. I don't like to mix my 1/3 with my quarter scale pieces. I just think that it looks weird when they're together. So I got to figure out where to put him. But I am extremely happy with him. He looks incredible. If you have an opportunity to get this, you better get it. If you're on the fence, get it. You will not be disappointed. This thing's cool. Yeah, super excited. Like I really want to go get. I'm probably gonna leave after this and go get a blacklight just so I can play with it. But yeah, very cool, guys. There's only 1,500. They're selling out quick. Get it if you can. Okay. Anyway, guys, probably gonna do maybe next week or so. I'll do another room tour because this is my last big piece for probably a few months anyway. So yeah, thanks for watching, and see you guys later.